Today, we will examine the normative and rights-based approach, focusing on Immanuel Kant's understanding of the worth of a moral act, which is primarily motive or intention-oriented. Kant believed that the value of a moral act lies in its motive. Here are some key features of his philosophy. Kant argued that if you intended and tried to do what you thought was right, you should not be blamed if things turn out badly. The intention behind the act is crucial. He emphasized that people should never be used merely as means to an end, but should be regarded as having its intrinsic value. This is a form of humanism that upholds the unique value of human beings in ethical decision-making. Humans have unique and high value because they can act for moral reasons and resist natural inclinations. Therefore, they should not only have the rights, but also do what is right. Kant differentiated between two types of reasoning when it comes to ethical acts. Hypothetical imperative. This is not aligned with motive-oriented moral acts. For example, if I want to harm someone, then I ought to use effective means, or, if I want to get time, I ought to leave early. These acts are contingent on individual desires. Categorical imperative. This represents moral obligations that are unconditional and universally binding. The categorical imperative consists of two forms. First form, moral agents should act only on maxims that they can will as universal laws. A maxim is a description of the action that one intends to test. For instance, how do I know what I can and cannot will as a universal practice? It is reminded that human, as a moral agent, should be non-contradictory as a rational being. If a moral agent can envision a world where promises are made with the intention to keep them, this shared promise becomes a maxim without contradiction. Second form. This form states that we should always treat humanity, whether in our own person or in that of another, never merely as a means but always at the same time as an end. This implies that human beings should be autonomous and self-ruled. In conclusion, Kant offers a systemic framework for justifying moral actions, revealing a unique perspective on what it means to be human. It's essential to consider all the ideas within this ethical principle thoughtfully. Otherwise, we risk distorting the discussion by focusing only on superficial aspects, like ease of use and apparent adequacy. Thank you for your attention. I hope this video helps you gain a better understanding of Kant's moral theory.